Let's quickly now cut across live to the national capital where these visuals are coming in from the Delhi airport. Let's listen in.
His Excellency, the Governor of Meghalaya.
President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has arrived yesterday at the airport station. His airports are in Guwahati. The body was brought by his speaker. The body has arrived shortly ago by a special air helicopter from Shillong, and right now the last rites are being taken by several individuals, including the Chief Minister of Assam and the Governor. And from here the body will be taken to Delhi and taken down insurance with the last right to be collected. From Guwahati, the airport station brought the body for it out. Very much couple times now.
All right, these are pictures coming in from Guwahati. That's where members of the state, as well as representatives of the state, as well as the defense forces, are paying their last tributes to the people's president, former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. His mortal remains will now be brought to the national capital. The plane is expected to reach the Delhi airport at around 10:30, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to be there. The Governor of Meghalaya is accompanying the mortal remains of Dr. Kalam, and the mortal remains will then be kept at 10 Rajaji Marg, which was the official residence of the former president, APJ Abdul Kalam, and then the last rites will be performed. The last rites will be performed in his native village of Rameshwaram.
General Officer commanding 51 sub area. Good. Okay,
Alright, these are latest visuals coming in from Guwahati, where that Indian Air Force plane with the mortal remains of former President APJ Abdul Kalam is now about to... Let's listen into the Assam Chief Minister. He
realized the strength of our young generation, of the whole country. Then he knows if the young children can be guided properly. There is no doubt they will make India. I'll tell you, it is an irreparable loss for the whole country. We have never come across such a simple, honest, dedicated President of India. He is the President of common people. He is the President of poor, downtrodden. And he is a President particularly who is concerned for the welfare, for the future of the country. He wants the country to make a superpower. And in order to make superpower, he who inspires the younger generation. Ultimately, the future lies with the younger generation. He realizes the strength of the young.
Mr. Chief Minister, I take leave.
Okay, thank you. It's a pleasure. I'll meet sometime.
Yes.
So he wants to make India as a superpower, and he realizes the strength of our young generation, of the whole country, and he knows if the young boys, young children, students can be guided properly, there is no doubt they will make the India a real superpower. And that's why he has been all along inspiring the young boys, young children to have big dreams, big ambitions, self-confidence, and committed and selfless efforts. So that he always think of bring them. And I got an opportunity to take him to the ruralest, remotest place in Assam, Lekhapani, everybody knows, bordering Arunachal Pradesh, to show him how rich culturally we are. And he himself asked me to take me to some tribal villages. You want to see? There I took him. Here even Sonapur also, near Guwahati. I took him in the rural areas. I wanted to show him. He was very keen to see how my self-help group women, they've been doing good. I say some groups of the self-help group women, they're rearing the ducks. How these ducks, by rearing ducks, how they are earning their livelihood, providing education to their children. So that way I took him to even Swalkusi also. Everybody knows about the skill of our weavers also. That place is famous. He was keen. So he was keen to see the rural India. He knows the strength lies in the rural India. Strength lies with the women and the young.
Sir, in few words, like as a politician, like how would the political India like to remember the...
He'll be remembered for everybody, not only politicians. He'll be remembered every Indian.
That was the Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi there speaking. Let's now cut across live to Maha Siddiqui as well as Javed Ansari, who join us from 10 Rajaji Marg, which was the official residence of former President APJ Abdul Kalam. Maha and Javed, I don't know whether Javed can hear me or not. Javed, Maha, if first you can answer this question and then perhaps ask the same to Javed. Every person. And if you listen to the last bit that, the Assam Chief Minister actually said, he said that he will not only be remembered by politicians by virtue of being president. Because he was the people's president, he'll be remembered by every Indian. There was this bit of personal connect that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam actually had in the slightest or the most limited of conversation that he used to have with people, people used to remember what he actually said. And everybody who has ever interacted with him, even for say a few minutes, will recall that particular interaction. Maybe Maha, you can share your moment when you interacted with him.
Absolutely, Sanket. There is no doubt about the fact that anybody who ever interacted with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam would remember him, not just as a man who inspired you, who asked you to dream big and achieve those dreams, but also as a person who was extremely humble despite the fact that he had several achievements to his name. We are standing here at 10 Rajaji Marg. This is the residence, the place that he occupied after demitting office. I'll quickly show you the visuals before I go to Javed Ansari for more on Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's life. The armed forces have taken over this place now. They are overseeing all the arrangements here. A 21-gun salute will be given to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. His body will be brought here at around 11:30. 10:30 is the time that his mortal remains are expected at the Palam airport, where the Prime Minister himself will be going. There is, Sanket, you were rightly talking about not just the big people in the country, the VIPs, the politicians who knew him, but the common man. Yes, the common man felt a connect with the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. That was because he made the effort himself to reach out to people. He spoke to n number of school students. He explained to them things very simply, asked them, have you understood, creating a place for himself. And that is why, Sanket, special arrangements have been made today, knowing that there will be a lot of people among the general public who may want to come and pay their last respects to him. A separate gate has been made where people can queue in and go inside 10 Rajaji Marg and pay their last respects to the people's president. Javed Ansari is with me, and he'll take us through his interaction with the politicians as well. Javed, you know, he came out of the political realm to occupy the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Unlikely, because mostly people who have political affiliations occupy that high office. What was the rapport he enjoyed with everybody in political parties, across political parties?
You know, he was a very unusual, very unconventional president. He wasn't confined to encumbered by the trappings of the office or by the protocol. He always broke that. He went ahead. And I remember the first time I ever interacted with him was when he was introduced to the media after he was declared as a joint candidate. Mr. Pramod Mahajan was his election manager, and he held that press briefing at the Constitution Club, where Mr. Pramod Mahajan tried to control Mr. Kalam. Said, let me handle it. He used to take 5 questions and answer all of them at once, not take one question and then answer it. And Pramod Mahajan kept trying, sir, please, this is not the way it's done. He would have none of it. Then once Pramod Mahajan went to him and said, you know, sir, perhaps you could do something about your hair. He said, but there's nothing that can be done about my hair. It will remain the same. So that was, he was very endearing. He was very affectionate. And the great thing about this man was that long after he's gone, he will be remembered with a great amount of affection and a tremendous amount of respect. That was President Kalam.
And everybody, all of us in fact, can learn a lesson of humility from him. He achieved greatness. He was called the Missile Man of India. He was also the man who was the chief scientific advisor to Vajpayee when the Pokhran nuclear tests were conducted. Despite all these achievements, he was always so humble.
Yeah, he was, and he came from extremely humble beginning, and he never forgot that. He used to live in a 2-room house in Rameshwaram. That's where his elder brother lives. He's survived by a 99-year-old elder brother who actually brought up Mr. Kalam and who was instrumental in educating him and encouraging him. He was a great pillar of strength. For those who worked with Mr. Kalam, like Mr. Asam Khan, they'll tell you that he spoke with great amount of admiration, and he used to say, I owe everything to my elder brother. In fact, 3 days ago, his brother had travelled to Delhi and they spent a day together. We are now told that when his body arrives, sometime close to noon, Prime Minister Modi will travel to the airport probably to receive the body. It will be brought here, it will be given a ceremonial guard of honor, a 21-gun salute, and perhaps the cabinet will decide on this. The family, the government is still in touch with the family and they're to take a final call. Perhaps his body will then later in the evening be flown back to Rameshwaram where he will be laid to rest. So it all began from there and it will perhaps end there.
Javed and Sanket, let me also quickly narrate an incident of my own. I had gone on a lot of tours with President Kalam myself, and you know, his energy was something that really inspired me. We would all, you know, be exhausted by the middle of the day, but Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's energy never failed him. He went to the remotest of schools. I remember at least 2 tours to Bihar, where he took choppers, cars, and reached the furthest of schools in the rural belts of Bihar, sat with children, and sometimes, you know, his whole schedule would go haywire because he would keep taking questions from school students, never disappoint them. And that was something that really inspired me to work hard despite whatever one has achieved in life.
And that's what makes this man special. And you know, that's what makes him a teacher forever, a teacher to everyone, because he used to, no matter how senior you may actually be, President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam would actually, after saying something, ask you, have you understood? Repeat after me. What have I said? I have personally also gone through a similar experience, what Maha is actually saying. So I can relate, Maha, with every bit of what you are actually saying. That is why perhaps his Twitter handle, post his demise, has now been renamed as Teacher Forever. He has taught the whole of this country. I hope his legacy is taken forward. Maha Siddiqui as well as Javed Ansari, thanks very much for joining us.